What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. With me is frickin' no one. Gibby's gone. He's out doing cool stuff. And Brett, he was gonna hang out with us today and do our stuff, but he got the flu. So he's sleeping. Um, but the best thing is we don't need nobody. Okay. First off, you got me. And today we welcome vocalist of the Cardinal Summer, former member of A Brighter Skies, former co-host of the Where Did All My Friends Go podcast, and unsigned pop punk Hall of Famer, Jordan Bear Pulley. Bear, welcome back.
And the crowd goes mediocre. Dude, it's so good to be back. It feels weird being on the other end of this a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to just see your face. I know that we've there's been so much going on in the last, what was it, 2 years, I think, since I stepped away from Unsigned Pop Punk.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just good to see your face. It's good to be back on podcasting. It's good to be back in a band. I'm back, baby.
Yeah, well, shit, since you decided to hop into one of my questions that's way down the list.
Of course I did.
Let's start with it. For those that don't know, but I'm sure if you're here, you might know, but if you don't know, Bear was the original co-host of this podcast with me, but did step back near the end of 2022. So, what have you been up to for those couple of years?
Well, dude, it's been a crazy couple of years. So I've taken some personal hits in my personal life, and that kind of set me back a little bit. It got to a point where I was wondering if music was really, I don't know, meant to be. And as a musician, you're always faced with that nagging question of when do I give it up? When am I supposed to give it up, or am I supposed to keep pushing? And I feel like everybody's been through that train of thought, and honestly, it can be kind of mentally deteriorating.
Yeah.
And so I took a step back and focused on my personal life. I'm still really good friends with the boys from Of Brighter Skies. I just went to Victor's wedding. I'm going to see Alec in a couple months here. We're still really good friends. In fact, leaving the band, or putting the band to rest, I should say, actually kind of brought us closer together as friends, because we stopped being these business partners and just started being friends again.
Right.
And that honestly is such a huge it's such a huge boost in your mentality and your mental state.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, you've known me ever since our old motto in the band was you are loved, you are worth it, and you have value. That kind of that was our, not our shtick, but that's what we truly believed.
Your mantra.
And, yeah. But I had to apply that to myself. I wasn't loving myself. I didn't feel that I had the value, and I really didn't see myself going anywhere. I didn't feel worth it. And I decided to just work on myself, work on my family, and then one day, honestly, one day I was like, I wonder if I could do music again. And then that kind of clicked off. And this, because I would visit Minneapolis every now and then to meet up with Jake from Jake Carlson, because he was
from
one of my
Cities Never Sleep.
Yeah, from Cities Never Sleep. Which, for those of you who do not know, A Brighter Skies and Cities Never Sleep went on a tour together, and that's basically how you and I met.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'd had some previous interactions, but that's where we really started to click.
Well, right, because we talked when I kept trying to book shows with you, and you would just brush me off as some little loser.
It's just projection, man. That's all it was. Just projection. I was the loser. No. but we got it. We ended up getting the tour, and you and I ended up becoming really good friends, and we grew really close. We built up this unsigned pop punk, and you've built it up to what it is today. And I still remember going to all those different festivals together, and just kind of even being on the other side of music. But I decided that like, hey, maybe I could like do music again and keep what I already have because I really don't want to sacrifice my mental state, my well-being
Yeah.
to try to push after something that, you know, it might break me again. And
Yeah.
so I just slowly eased myself into it. I just started writing some songs and and now I'm here. And I know that sounds really dumb, and I really hate it when people like you go to podcasts for like info of how do I do this? How do I start a band? And everyone's like, well, you just kind of do it. Well, that doesn't help. But in
Well,
reality,
that's the thing. So I actually have somebody like I work with right now, and like her son, like they just started like a new band and stuff.
hmm,
And like, they've been doing it for a little bit, right?
yeah,
But like, she's talking to me and stuff. Like, I just keep trying to give him advice and tell him, and try and help him and stuff. And I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, I mean, they just have to figure it out.
yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
kind of part of the process.
it's what it is. You can give somebody advice, and they'll either take it or they won't. A lot of times they won't, and then realize, oh, okay, that wasn't the way to go. So, it's
You're talking to the guy who's mastered. Oops, it wasn't the way to go.
right. And it's a process. It's a learning experience. Um, rarely, rarely does anyone hit a homer right at like their first time at bat.
Yeah, yeah, but that's just the thing is like you feel like let's say you do my route. Like I started taking music, we'll say quote unquote seriously, when I was 18 years old, and I felt like there was a window that I had to accomplish my dreams
Yeah.
from 18 years old to 25, even 30,
Oh yeah.
and everybody feels it. And dude, I'm pushing 30, so I turned 30. By the time this podcast comes out, I'll be 30 in like a month, and I'm over here starting a brand new band, working on like, oh, maybe I'll book this tour, or maybe I'll play it this way, or maybe I'll do it, take a whole different route to the whole playing live shows. And I don't see it going like I don't see music or this band going like saying goodbye. You know what I mean? Like I don't see like, oh, there's this window by the time I'm 30. Dude, I'm already 30.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
So you just pump the brakes. Like just play in a band, just play music.
yeah.
That's one thing that I wish like people just hammered into my head when I was like in my first band and then when I was in a Brighter Skies. It's just, dude, stop being a douchebag and
And just
taking
play.
everything so seriously and just play the music. You know that
Yeah.
thing that you were really excited about to show your friends when you wrote in your bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Yeah.
And now I'm over here like doing that. Like a lot of this new music that's going to be coming out here for the Cardinal Summer is written and recorded right here. Like this is my studio. You can't see it, but this is it. And I got to do that from the comfort of my own home.
Right.
And at the lenience of my like me wanting to or feeling inspired. And there's times where my couch is over here. So there's times where I'm sitting binge watching Netflix and I look at my studio like I could probably write something. I go to my studio and I don't come up with crap.
Mhm.
But you just do it. And so in a way I ended up feeling like Tony Stark from what was it? Endgame, where he comes back with the GPS device and he was like, bring back everybody we lost? Absolutely. Keep everything I have? Non-negotiable. And I'm like, that's what I want. I want to bring back my music and I want to keep my mental state. I want to keep where my family's at. I want to keep the job I have and just move slowly and effortlessly through it. And this obviously it's going to take effort, but I mean, just let it
Let it
be
play
its
out.
own, yeah, let it be its own driving force. I don't
Yeah.
have to sit, if it's going to work out, it's going to work out. And if it's not, then it's still going to work out. And I wish that like mindset was hammered home with me a long time ago.
Right. And we like throughout our time as, as doing this podcast, like rarely, rarely are you gonna be in a band and be famous. It's
Yep.
rare. Uh and not all of that comes from being the best even. Like you
Hmm.
don't, it's, or even like fucking 50th to best. Like
Hmm.
there are some bands that I actively dislike
Hmm.
that I don't think are very good at all, that are famous, that are popular, but there's a reason, obviously.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, my hot take right now is that Sabrina Carpenter makes music for white people who think that salt and pepper is seasoning. That's my hot take, but she's
I,
famous.
I've
And,
never heard her.
and,
I don't know.
oh, I'm not even going to try to like pretend to sing a song from her right now. But the people listening, they know who Sabrina Carpenter is. And look, I I genuinely believe she's talented.
Sure.
I genuinely believe that she has a passion. And honestly, more power to her. Nothing against her as a person, nothing against her music. I don't like it. I think it's trash.
Right.
But there's going to be people who listen to my shit and go, "This guy's really 30 years old, like writing music like this. Like,
Yeah.
what is he doing?"
Right. So basically, but the point I wanted to get at is like, don't be in a band, don't be a musician for the fame, because that's not
Yeah.
probably gonna come,
Mhm.
right? Do it because you like doing it. Do
Yeah.
it because you love it. The whole point of unsigned pop punk is like everybody deserves to be heard.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves to have the opportunity, even if you're not the best. Who cares?
Yeah. It doesn't
We're
matter.
support having fun. Support your love and passion for music.
Mhm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be famous. You can be rich in like love,
Experience and love.
experience,
Yeah.
happiness, you know. You don't have to be a millionaire to
Yeah.
love what you're doing.
Yeah. And I mean, that's I don't know. That's really it. What I will add to that though is for anybody out there who's listening that is either starting a band, wanting to start a band, or maybe you think your band sounds good or it sounds like crap, whatever. Don't take it lightly, but don't take it too seriously. And by that I mean like, yeah, go out and have fun, play music. Don't be the people that are going to go out and play a show and leave and not support the other bands, or don't
Right.
be the people who, just because it's your garage band that you don't give the respect to the other bands playing on the bill. Whether it's communication, whether it's booking or confirming, like whatever that is, don't be those guys. Take what you do seriously in the terms of like being respectful to the people around you. But then at the same time, the moment you get on that stage, just have fun. Like
Yeah.
play the music. Don't get caught up in this, oh, we're going to be the next big arena rock band. Nobody cares. Like
Right.
nobody cares. What we care about is I mean, I can't tell you how many times, even you and I, when we've gone to shows together, we've seen a no-name band who, probably doesn't sound as professional or polished as they want to, but they are having so much fun.
Hmm.
And they beat out whatever, quote unquote headliner is, because the headliner might be too focused on, this is the next big show to the
Being
next
cool.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I much rather prefer the opener who's having fun, doing
Hmm.
what they love, taking it seriously and being respectful of other people. But I'd much rather prefer them. Like, because they just look like they're having fun. That inspires me to go home and write music and have fun writing music.
Right. And also like on that, building off of that, uh, we've talked about this a bunch as well, but like especially if you're just starting or if you're even a year or two into it and you're not as good as you want to be, or people say like your music sucks. That's okay. That doesn't mean you'll always suck though.
Yep.
Um
100%.
I can't I try to bring this up as much as possible to be to show, okay, because I have decades now of experience in the music industry. I've toured the entire continental United States,
Mhm.
been to other countries, but the one of the first songs I wrote and played in public for years was a song called Purple Dogs and Underwear, and it was fucking terrible. It's a bad, bad song. I have it recorded on a CD somewhere, but like my first couple, like albums I wrote were actively bad, and
Hmm.
that's okay. Like, you can grow, you'll continue to grow just as you do it and learn. Like, I didn't know how to fucking write music, I just
Right.
did it. And
Hmm.
so you learn how to do it as you do it,
Yeah.
or you learn from your inspirations.
Hmm. Yeah. It sounds more like simple than it is, or maybe it sounds more complicated than it is. But in reality, you just take Shia LaBeouf and you just do it.
You just
That's
got to do it.
you just got to do it. Whether it's pen to paper, whether it's your first guitar, it doesn't matter. Like
And
between the two of us, we probably have a myriad of really crappy songs.
yeah, and you just
That's
you just do it because you want to.
hmm
That's it.
hmm
That's the
that's it.
only reason. Just do it because you want to. As long as it's not hurting anybody else, just do it because you want to.
Amen. Amen
Uh,
to that. I'll drink my caffeinated ice to that.
nice. I've got some zero sugar Dr. Pepper.
We are not
Um,
sponsored, though I wish we were.
it- no kidding, right? Okay, so we also touched on this, like, while you've been, making demos and new music, because you were doing demos and stuff while you're doing Unsigned Pop Punk as well. What made you decide to want to do like the band game instead of just going solo and just being a solo
Yeah.
artist?
Well, the original plan was to do some solo work.
Right.
And I was like not gung ho, but I was just that was what seemed to fit. And so I did it. And I spent probably the better half of a year. Yeah, probably the better half of a year writing songs, going to the studio and just laying down some rough demos and bringing them home and reworking them, rewriting them. And in that time, I just told myself I don't want to release anything until I have like, let's say, six songs done, finished. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to release anything because you never know what what'll happen.
Right.
And so during that period of not knowing what'll happen, I had a friend of mine reach out to me from Virginia who was like, dude, I am looking for a vocalist for my new band. And I was like, do I really want to take up another project and be the vocalist for that band while also having my solo stuff? And I thought to myself, I think that's gonna affect like my, we'll call it my happy place, my happiness,
Yeah.
whatever, my mental state.
Right.
So this guy, his name is Cecil Johnson, one of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. In fact, I met him when he was in his old band, Illest, out in Virginia. And they were a metal band, and somehow we got our bands to play together because that always seems to happen. I've always played with metal bands. I don't know why, it just happens.
Right.
I love metal music, though. I love metal shows, so I was not complaining. So anyway, I hadn't talked to this dude in a while, but he hits me up on Instagram and he's like, dude, I've just needed this, like, I've needed a vocalist and somebody who can actually sing and write and somebody who wants to be a part of something. And so I said, yeah, like, why don't I come on over? I'll fly on out to Virginia and we'll see what happens. And I wanted to keep expectations really low, but also very transparent. Because I was like, dude, if this doesn't work out, then it just doesn't work out. And that's okay. And while we were in Virginia, we were kind of talking to each other like, hey, I have this music and this kind of mindset that I want to go direction wise. And, we and I want, longevity, and I want to be able to play the kind of music that won't make my knees hurt when I'm 40. That kind of stuff. And he
Hey,
was looking at me
hey,
like,
Bear. As a 41-year-old, everything makes your knees hurt.
I know, I just want to do it less.
Yeah.
But as we were talking, we realized that a lot of our goals um, were aligned, and not necessarily our musical direction of like, he wanted to do this like Southern rock metal group, and I kind of wanted to do this like not grassroots, but I don't know, like pop rock, kind of in my same vein as a Brighter
Yeah.
Skies, but a little different because we even have like a gospel track that I think is going to sound really cool. But so I looked at him and I was like, we either agree on what we want to do, we can either set a vision, or we let itself play out using our talents and our inspirations and let it make its own thing. And so we went into the studio. I had some lyrics and like a rough idea of a song, and we built it. We just built the song. And as it was coming out, there's like these like his he has really good tones for his drums, and they're like big and fat sounding, like the band Camino.
Okay.
And it's such a big sound, and he's a such a great player. I love working with this guy because he also visualizes how he wants things. Like he literally thinks about like where he's like how he wants to play the song, instead of just, oh, this will sound good, this will sound good. It's how he wants to play it. And I'm like, that is such a cool way to visualize how you want something to sound, which
Mm-hmm.
makes no sense. Like only musicians understand that. I don't know why. But so we ended up making this song, and it lack as the cool kids say, it slapped. And it was really good, but it wasn't metal, and it wasn't pop rock necessarily, but it had these like metal sounding big fat drums, and it had, like I was like playing a Stratocaster, like something like happy vibey, and we blended it together, and I laid vocals on top of it, and we are like, this is it. And so we kind of just went with that idea of, okay, let's scrap our previous thinking of what we wanted, quote unquote, what we wanted to do, and let's just like write and make music together. So he's in Virginia, I'm in Wisconsin. I'll come up with an idea and I'll send it over. Hey, what do you think about this? Loves it or hates it. We have a rap, not necessarily rap, but like almost like a hip hop beat that we're gonna try and finish up. And I've never like, again, not rapped. It's just like fast talking, because I don't want to call myself a rapper, because I don't think that gives credit to rappers. But it's different. It's not even in my wheelhouse kind of thing, and sounds good. So we're gonna roll with that. So you're gonna get like this gospel track. You're gonna get an acoustic track. You're gonna get this like vibey pop rock, like not funk, but like pop rock track, and then you're gonna get this hip hop track that comes out of nowhere. And we really wanted to focus it less on like audible branding, like what our sound is like, and more on focusing on like marketing ourselves and making sure that our influences and who we are as people and individuals really shine through. So it's not just the Cardinal Summer, but you can tell that it's Cecil and Jordan, and they make really good, cool music together. That's the thought, and it's been working out, I think, relatively smoothly. He might have something else to say, but no. But we've loved it. I'm flying out to Virginia this Friday. We're going to shoot our first music video together, and yeah, we really think that it's coming together. We have no idea what the future holds with it, but we just are having fun. And
Good.
I'm going on 30, and I'm like, hey, if I'm still able to have these kinds of experiences as I get older, then I'm okay with this.
Yeah. So, first off, I need to hear that hip hop track.
I'll text you demo afterward.
All right. uh, so, are there any other members currently in the band? Are you planning on getting other members? Are you planning on trying to play live?
Toss up. So we have our friend Tony. He's from a band called Two Sides of Me,
Okay.
and he's out in Virginia as well. So it's actually kind of nice. So he's our official like producer. Um, so everything that I write and everything that Cecil writes, it all goes to him, and then he'll do this stuff. And then he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to be y'all's guitarist." I'm like, I'll have you. I basically laid out, I like to call them ground rules for no apparent reason other than to be authoritative. And I was like, hey, I'm totally down with you joining. I would love for you to be a part of this project. I just need you to know that this, like, whatever Cecil and I say goes. And he was like, awesome, because I really don't want to have to do any more of the legwork other than playing the guitar in studio, because he does a lot of the legwork in the business for his other band, and he just wants a project where he can
Yeah, just to play.
play. And I'm like, well, this is like a perfect fit. So he decided that he wanted to come on board. Whether it's temporary or permanent, it's totally up to him. But he'll be in the music video too, so we're excited for that. And I want him to be permanent, just so everybody out there knows. Tony, if you're listening, just saying. But yeah, and then as far as like playing shows, I would love to play shows again. And I know that we are going to, but we're going to take a little bit different of a route, and mix a little bit of old school and new school in terms of like marketing and branding. So I'm tired of throwing money at Facebook for ads. I'm tired of
Yeah.
throwing money at Instagram or whatever it is. We're going to do the organic route. And I kid you not when I tell you I have a mailer uploaded right now to get to everybody in my city. It'll just be a little mail. They'll get in their mailbox and be like, new song by this band who's in your town. And we're going to start.
Like mail, like mailbox?
Yeah, like a mailbox, like a mailbox mailer. Because that way I know for a fact, as long as the government can do its job, which honestly at that point, maybe not a fact. I'm 98% sure that the United States Post Office will deliver the mail. You know, there's a 2%, you know. But yeah, so everybody in my town, at about 1,500 people, is going to get a mailer from me saying that there's a brand new band. He lives in this town, like they're from this town. And so that's one point of contact for 1,500 people in this town. And then they get to feel, my goal is to get them to feel a part of something as a community, instead of just this random ad they saw on Facebook that predates the video that they wanted to watch. Because they don't want to see me. Like, I want to skip every single ad I possibly can. So if I can get like directly into the hands of people, so we're taking it a little bit of a new route in that terms. And so with that, we're not going to play shows yet, just because, you know, they're out in Virginia, I'm in Wisconsin. So we really just want to build our community before we play shows, so that way when we play a show, our community can feel a part of something.
Yeah.
And that's like our main focus is community within the band. So that way it's not just, oh, we want to go see the Cardinal Summer. It's, we really want to go hang out with Jordan and Cecil. Their band is playing at that local bar downtown, because I mean, I don't have a venue in this small town. And then eventually I'll reach out to Madison, which is where Brighter Skies was from, and I'll do another mailer, and I'll do another mailer, and I'll I'm going to put we have a billboard lined up. I know that sounds crazy. It's really not that bad. If you have a little money, or you want to save up a little money, just get a billboard for a week. Not that, find a digital one where you don't have to print out
maybe it'll work.
And that's just it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't.
I know that we've talked about some fucking, like, you've always had wild and out, like wild.
Yeah.
You've always had like some really interesting like marketing ideas. I remember you were talking about like doing ads on Hulu.
Yep. I was just gonna say the Hulu ads. Yeah.
You know, like, the thing is, it's like, if you're gonna throw money at something, at this point, you got to think outside the box.
That's exactly right.
And I think Instagram ads can be effective depending on what you're doing, because the way Instagram like is set up, you don't really know it's an ad until like you get into it. It's just on your feed. You just think it's
like swipe up.
You just think it's one of your pals,
But and then that's another thing is like, first it was Facebook. Facebook was the big thing. And then Instagram came along, and then Instagram came along with their reels, and then TikTok became a thing. And so it's just a matter of time before TikTok is no longer the thing. So, what happens? What happens there? And even now, like I honestly think TikTok is already on that downward trend.
It is. I agree. It's just completely oversaturated. And I don't know about you. Yeah. Do I spend more time on TikTok probably than any other social media for my personal enjoyment? Absolutely. I love
Hmm.
finding my funny videos
Yeah.
and my cat videos and my videos making fun of certain people that we won't really talk about, but like, you know,
Yeah.
like I love that stuff.
Hmm.
It brings me joy. But I have to sift through like 50 fucking creator made ads now.
Yep.
And
Those are the
that,
ones that really don't look like ads.
no, and they really trick you because you gotta, like, as soon as I see that orange little thing, it sucks because
Hmm.
it's like I also like want to give them the view, want to help support, but it's like most of TikTok I feel is just ads now.
It's just
Like it's just
ads.
creator made
It
ads.
used to be so funny, and I would spend hours on TikTok, and now at this point, I'm like, I barely even open the app. Not because there's not good stuff on there. There's still some solid creators, and
Right.
quite frankly, when the band starts, we launch officially November 15th. So when that happens, I'll be on TikTok again doing my acoustic stuff and maybe making some funny trends or whatever it is. But you know, you never know, like you never know like if the whatever new president is going to make a different law saying that now it's banned, or you don't know. We just saw in the this is gonna, I don't want to get political, but we just saw like a company called GARM, which was like a global alliance of like advertisers basically. It all went to this one company. So all the money from like your band, my band, your like Unsigned Pop Punk was all filtering through this company that was like feeding who gets to see what, who gets to see what. Well, now that's been disbanded. Like they Garm is no longer a thing, which is awesome, but it has flooded absolutely everything. So anybody can make ads with anything. And I think that's well and good. But in order to stay on top of like, I don't know, even in order even to just keep people's attention, you have to do something a little different. And I honestly believe that people are craving physical contact, whether it be with people or paper or books or whatever it might be. People have become so connected, especially over COVID. They become so connected to their devices and their phones that if we can find a way to break through that connection and get real human connection, I think that's where the next ticket is going to be. I truly do. So, and who knows? I could be completely wrong. I often am. I'm very wrong all the time. Trust me. My fiance will tell you that right to your face. She tells it to my face all the time.
Well, and to be
But at
fair,
least we
we
try.
never did Hulu ads.
We never did. So, but so
I do think that'd
that's
be
my
so
take.
cool. That'd
It
be
would
so
be kind
cool.
of cool, right?
It'd be
But
great.
like, I don't want to waste, not necessarily waste money, but I don't want to throw money at something that people either aren't going to appreciate. And so that all kind of ties into whether or not we're going to play shows. And that's, we market well, market as a community, and get that community out to a show and celebrate that show together for people who genuinely want to be there.
Right.
And so that's our plan. We don't know how long it's going to take. Again, we launch on the 15th of November, and I'm so stoked. But we're doing a cold launch. We're not doing any, like, we're not doing anything to pre like release. Nothing. Our socials go up on the 15th. Our song is released on the 15th. Um, and that's it. Cold drop right off the bat. And then we take what we get from that, and 6 weeks later, we launch our new song with the music video, and then that one gets the backing. That's the one. So that way people see that there's a song, brand new song, boom. Oh, they also see that there's another song. It's called Waterfalling, I guess. I don't know. Somebody smarter
Yep.
than me explained it to me. Um, and then we'll see how that goes. And hopefully with enough of that, especially in our local area, we can see enough like want, desire, and need for our show. And then we'll play a show.
Right. I like it. I think it's a good plan. So normally, as you know, we end this first segment with the one more question before we take a quick break. Piece of advice, blah. We're not going to do that because we've spent 45 minutes giving pieces of advices.
Oh,
As
change it up a bit.
that's literally all we've done this entire thing is basically just give piece of advices that we wish we knew. So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
so one more question before we go to a quick break. Since you've been working on all this new music, I want you to like kind of even think about this because it doesn't even have to just be music. It can be anything that's just inspiring you at all. But what are some of your major current inspirations or influences to making like this new music?
So we really wanted we really wanted this band to be as authentic as possible. And so I started thinking of like what are some bands that I really felt not defined, but helped characterize either my childhood or in high school or formative years. We'll call it formative years because I'm old now. Um, and one of the biggest ones that came to mind was Blue October. And for all of those either elder emos or early emos, whatever you want to call yourselves, for all of us out there, we really like loved their song "Hate Me" and that whole album of it was like Foiled or something. And I really started to go back, and they've started releasing even more music. And so they actually that's probably my biggest inspiration at the moment because I listened to them in middle school and in high school and found out that they're still a band and they still release music. And so I fell in love with their two newest records. It's like a part one, part two. And I was just listening to the difference between their first music and their newest music, thinking to myself, this is a band that in a way has it figured out because they've just been going with the times and but doing what they love. So by going with the times, they have a modern sound now. It used to be a little more raw, a little more grungy, a little more rocky over here back in the start, and they grow, they mature, they make the music they want to make, and that's kind of where we're at. It's like we feel like this is the band that is probably going to be the one that we stick with for not if not forever, a very long time. So we want to grow as we have like this band, and they're like a grunge rock pop, not pop, but like grunge rock, soft rock kind of band. And then there was another group. He was like a solo artist, but he had a band. His name was Sam Fender. Um, he is a British artist, and he's just been writing. His music is so authentic. Like his lyrics are almost like from a diary in a way, where he wrote it down in a diary one day, and then he just read what he wrote. He didn't even change it.
Sure, yeah.
That kind of idea. And I'm like, I want to be able to bring that kind of authenticity to what we do. So Sam Fender, Blue October, hell, I've been listening to a lot of Sleep Token. Who hasn't? Um, some people got on the Sleep Token train, some people didn't. I was one of the ones who got on the Sleep Token train really early, by the way. I thought Sleep Token, just saying it now, I thought Sleep Token was cool before anyone else thought Sleep Token was cool.
You did.
Yeah, it's just saying. No, I'm just a dip. But yeah, so I've been kind of letting all of that like try to like creep in and weave in, but at the same time, I don't want to take other people's authenticity. I want to bring my own. And
I'm here.
oh, you are? Oh, are you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, no, somebody was calling me, and so it froze my camera. So I'm just
How dare they?
so I just had to shut it down and start it back up.
For all those listening, it looked like Pat was giving me an absolute bitch face, and I was a little nervous, so I tried not to look at the camera.
And then my camera disappeared.
And here we are. Look at that.
Here we are.
Miracles do happen. But so I come from a I don't want to call it religious. I hate the word religious, but faith-based. We'll call it faith-based. I come from a faith-based background. And I know a lot of like the cool thing, or maybe not the cool thing, but a lot of people don't tap into that. And I decided that I wanted to, but in a way that that is still real, because I really don't like how a lot of people just like throw like unnecessary um religion or unnecessary things in people's faces. I don't like that. I don't think it does anybody any good.
Hmm.
I think it's a bad way to approach life. And I'm not saying don't share your beliefs with me. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I identify as a Christian. That is like my faith. But even as a Christian, I can see like Christian. I mean, and I worked in the Christian music industry for a while. You know this back when we started UPP. Dude, it sucked. Like these people are just so fake and facade. But I'm like, how do I keep true to like what I hold dear in my heart without being like a prick? And
Sure.
so we took a lot of this authenticity from it of like faith and struggles and put it into one of our gospel songs. And then at the same time, I have a song that deals with my divorce, and which happened in like 2019. Oh, what was it? 2020? I don't know. It's like somewhere around there. It was like 4 or 5 years ago now. But
What I think it was it 2020 or was it like 2021? Like I think it was like
it was like
through
somewhere in,
COVID.
it was like
Yeah.
both. It was like right at the beginning, kind of. It was, who gives a shit? I don't give a
Right.
shit. But it was really, I wanted to deal with that, and like everybody knows like, oh, Christians can't get divorced. It's like, well, that's true, but like it's not true. Like you can't, like, people mess up, people like suck, like things happen, and it's such a hard like bridge to balance. And so some people will ostracize me for saying that, some people will respect me for saying that, but I'm gonna love me for doing what I had to do to like protect myself, protect my family, protect my mental state, protect my son.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And
Right.
so I wrote this song back during the divorce, and but now I'm gonna bring it to the forefront where it's gonna be like our third single. And it's rough, man. Like it's hard. It was really funny because I played it for Cecil when I was down in Virginia. He's like, dude, you have to make that a song. I'm like, but I'm happy now. Like I'm happy now. He's like, yeah, but like think about the people who aren't happy, who
Right.
need to hear this. And I was like, damn. So I looked at my fiance and I was like, I have to finish writing this song. This is not about you. I absolutely love you, but I have to tap into this like darkness that was there. And
Sure.
so when I do that, like I really start to sink into like this low to try to like figure out what was going on. And I ended up writing this song, which really just hits home. But I just had to grab it. I was like, hey, this is not about you.
Right.
um so that, and she's over here like, I know, like I support you, which is crazy, dude. Like I have an incredible support system over here. It's incredible. um but yeah, so we basically just want to stay authentic. We want to have the styles Blue October, Sam Smith. We'll throw a little Sleep Token in there lyrically, not musically, because I don't know how they do that. But in order to do that, we wanted to adapt our own authenticity into the music. And so it's going to come out sounding soft rock, pop rock. It's the biggest umbrella you could put on anything, but we just want to sound like your new favorite band. That's all. That's it. That's all we want to
There you go.
do.
And we'll end with that. Well, at least we'll go to a break with that. We're not ending. That's it. It's over. Fuck this.
See ya. Peace out.
Bye. Okay. Nope. With that, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment. Today's episode is sponsored by Chattanooga Beard Company. Are you looking for a quality company to help sexify your beard? Turn it up to 11. Take it to a whole new level. I have tried lots of other products over the many years it's taken to grow these luscious face locks. And then I tried Chattanooga Beard Company, and I kid you not, it changed my beard's life. Their products are made from quality ingredients like sweet almond oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, beeswax, lanolin, and shea butter. I have at home their shampoo and their conditioner, 2 different scented beard balms, 1838, which is wood, amber, and grapefruit, and churchwarden, which is pipe tobacco and wild cherries, and freedom. I also have 2 of their beard oils, Clean Slate, which is bergamot and lime, and Iron Forged, which smells like coffee and chocolate, and you just want to eat it.
My wife loves the smell of their clean slate oil. It's been a game changer. You don't have to take my word for it, because who am I other than the lovely looking man with this lovely looking beard? Try it for yourself. Just go to www.chattanoogabeard.co and snag any of these products or one of their other many scents and styles. And as a bonus, if you use our code Unsigned Pop Punk at checkout, you're going to get 15% off your order. So if you love your beard, or you love someone with a beard, try out Chattanooga Beard Company. You won't be mad you did.
And we're back. There may be a little bit before that. There may not be. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's the power of editing. We can put it all behind it.
There was a lot of fun, good conversation had in the break there. So, but
careful, you're breaking the fourth wall. You're letting people know that when we go on break, we don't actually go on break.
They call that, and that's why they call me Wade Wilson. To break the fourth wall. They call me sometimes because sometimes they call me Wade.
I thought it was because you're attractive.
No. It's because I'm ugly and disfigured.
Oh, that
not Ryan Reynolds.
Not
Wade Wilson. All right. It's time for the food for thought segment. It's everybody's favorite segment. We're going to talk about food and like music adjacent to food, right?
Yeah.
That's how it would go. That's
I
how
gotta be honest, I've been curious to see what it's like on this end of the segment.
Well, I decided to ask a really fucking dumb question right out the gate. So
good, because like my IQ is not very high.
Well, good luck. Okay. You like to go by the name Bear. That's your thing. So with that being said, pretend we're in an alternate timeline where you actually are a bear, but you still have your same personality.
Right.
So you're Bear. What would be your main source of food?
Spuddies.
What?
Spuddies. Because enough is never enough. What's a
Spuddies?
That's actually from a movie called Over the Hedge.
Oh.
Spuddies. It's the bear. He really likes Spuddies. No, what would be my main source of food?
What is a Spuddy, though?
It's like a Pringle, like a chip.
Would you eat chips as a bear?
I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot I wouldn't eat. There's not a whole lot I wouldn't eat now.
Would you be robbing some picnic baskets?
Picnic basket? What would my? I mean, dude, this is such a dumb question that it's stumping me because like I don't have like a good response.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous.
Bark? I don't know. Bark off a tree. Like that's my. So if I have my same brain, which means I probably have the same IQ, bark. I'd be eating bark for sure.
And then your slogan would be "Bark's got bite."
Bark. Okay, was this pre-planned?
No.
was this pre-planned? Because I didn't know about it.
Bark's got bite.
I'd just be like, I'd be like eating it. Like somebody told me that it had fiber. And that's like all I'd be doing. Like no, stop eating bark. You're a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat some salmon.
Or like a salad. Yeah, salmon.
Or a salad, you fatty.
Yeah. I'm hibernating for the winter.
I'm hibernating.
Just straight hibernating.
I'm just over here hibernating. Leave me alone.
Can you just imagine me? Like, let's say it's me.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and you look at me in the forest, and I'm just like gnawing on a tree, like, you know. You'd be like,
what do you think? But in this alternate timeline, what do you think I would be?
Alternate timeline?
Yeah.
You'd probably be not in the forest for sure.
No, I wouldn't be. But would I be an animal then?
Would you like to be? I mean, if this is alternate, you can be whatever you want.
I think.
Or is it pre-chosen for you?
No, I think this is a animal timeline.
Gotcha. Okay.
Animals inherited the earth.
You'd probably be the woodpecker on the tree of which I'm gnawing. So, because like at least I might not be smart, but I have survival skills. So I'll take whatever bark falls down off of your pecking.
Would I be like an actual woodpecker, or would I be more like Woody? Would I have legs? Would I be a really big fucking woodpecker?
Dude, this is so many questions. Yes, in this new world, you're bigger than me. You're still a woodpecker, but you're bigger than the bear for sure.
You're like a baby bear.
No, I'm a full
Size?
size bear. You're just a gigantic woodpecker. And in this universe, I'm imagining you standing on the tiniest branch because in this universe it holds you. And I am just, picking up whatever bark falls off the tree. And then I just follow you around like a food source.
Well, that makes sense because you're always picking up what I'm putting down.
Is this I swear to God, is this pre-planned?
Oh, nice. Bazing. All right.
Got him.
So in this segment, we always talk about the food, but we never talk about one of the most important items that accompanies your food.
The plate.
The beverage.
Oh, yes.
What's your favorite on the road drink? It's gotta last a couple hours.
Whoa.
So it's a road drink.
Am I in the alternate universe or am I back in my universe?
Real life.
Real life. Okay.
This is what you like now.
And I can't say like water, right? Because like that's
You could.
I mean it's by no means my favorite drink.
Okay.
But I have to have water. So like when we were on tour, I had a gallon of water sitting on by the driver's seat because I would drink a gallon a day. Of course, when we were on tour together, I was concussed, but that's a whole different story. So I really like Arizona, like Arizona teas, Arizona energy drinks, like
Arizona alcohol.
No, that shit is nasty. I do not support that. Arizona, figure it out.
No, okay. So here's the deal: the lemon one, and actually the green tea one, is kind of it's kind of fire.
Dude. Okay,
The
so you're allowed
peach
to have
one-
that opinion, but
The
I'm allowed
peach
to
one
disagree.
is so bad.
So here's the thing. It's like I had the green tea one. So you take it, you drink it, you're like, oh, this green tea tastes really good. And then as soon as that flavor is gone, it slaps you with the shittiest alcohol you've ever had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't you just like blend it up? Like there was no instructions to shake the can. I want both flavors at the same time.
Yeah.
I actually got really mad about this because my fiance Libby bought some. She's like, he loves Arizona, and I love Arizona. And she got me some, and it tasted like dog water, and I was done.
The peach is the worst. It is so like, well, it tastes like alcohol.
The
Like,
green tea was so bad, I haven't given the other flavors.
oh,
a
really?
chance. Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
I think the lemon tea is fine. It's got
Okay.
like the lemon is pretty overpowering. The peach is just like when you drink like hard alcohol peach flavored stuff and it tastes like hard alcohol peach. That's what it is. I thought the green tea was really mild. That's why I kind of liked it. But
shit, if the green tea's mild, then I don't want to even touch the peach.
yeah, no, dude, peach is bad. Peach is bad, man.
But on a positive note, because I would love for Arizona to endorse one of my tours, I love your other drinks. This is not Arizona, but let's pretend that it is.
What's your favorite Arizona giant can?
So I really only have two. I mean, they're all good. But my two favorites are if I want like just a tea or like just a drink, I always go to the green tea.
Yeah.
And if I need a little pick me up, I always go to the Arizona RX Energy.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
Every time.
The green tea is the superior Arizona beverage.
I agree. And don't get me wrong, dude. Like for a while there, I was on raspberry, because it was so good. But it kept leaving that like
it's
like,
so sweet.
it like ate at your mouth. Yeah, because all the sugar. And I was like, this is so good, and I'll keep drinking it. But then I went back to green tea, and I was like, this does nothing like to my body.
And
I like this.
and maybe it's because I'm old, but then maybe I've been like old at heart for a long time. But I feel like raspberry. I love the taste of a sip of raspberry tea, right?
Yes.
But it is so fucking sweet. It's
Mhm.
so sweet. I just can't do it. Like
Yeah.
I get sick of the flavor real fast.
Yeah. I don't get sick of the green tea.
No, because it's mild. It's like it's a sweetened good tea, and it's easy to drink.
It's got that ginseng and honey.
Yep.
Arizona, if you're listening, give.
All right. In your personal opinion,
hit me, daddy.
What do you think is the most underrated gas station food or snack? I have one that's
underrated.
Made me like it's one of my favorite things that I used to get.
You give me yours, and that'll give me like an idea of where we're at.
Yeah, you just keep thinking while I'm talking, but my goodness. One of my favorite things to eat like at a gas station when I was on tour, when I was younger, I can't handle
combos. I'm gonna lose my shit.
I can't handle it anymore. But Da Bomb burrito.
Where would you get that? What gas station?
Any gas station. Everyone used to have Da Bomb burritos.
Were those like the individually
big
wrapped?
fucking
the huge ones?
Yeah.
I never had those, but I would be very willing to try.
Everyone like, stay away from these. You will have diarrhea. And I'm like, I fucking love these. And I never had diarrhea. But
people say the same thing about Taco Bell, and I'm fine.
Dude, everybody eats Taco Bell. If they say that, they're just snobs.
It's so I agree. Those worthless elitists. Okay, so you asked me a personal, in my personal opinion question. Here's the problem. I'm really stupid, and I have hard opinions on everything, which makes me dangerous. It all depends on the gas station. So we're from the Midwest. You in Minneapolis. I'm over by Madison, Wisconsin. We have something called Quick Trip. I think you guys have Quick Trip there, but you guys have a lot of holidays.
No, we don't have holidays anymore, really.
Really?
Like, we do have some, but it's Quick Trip.
Quick Trip? Okay, thank God
everything's Quick Trip.
Which is good. I think Quick Trip is some of the cleanest gas stations there are. They have really
in the Midwest, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because don't get it started on Sheetz and Wawa. My God, those are
Buc-ee's.
I would take Sheetz over Buc-ee's.
No way.
Oh hell yeah.
Buc-ee's baby, but I do love Sheetz. Love me Sheetz.
And I love Buc-ee's. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also QT Quick Trip over in Missouri, that area.
Yeah, QT. Excellent.
QT's awesome. So again, really stupid, really hard opinions on things. Quick Trip is good, but it's also mid. So everything on their hot case is good. It's edible, but it's also mid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their pizza is pretty fire. Their pizza is pretty solid.
Some of them, especially the cheese curd pizza. Woo!
Oh, the tailgater? Dude,
yeah, tailgater.
Messed me up with some of that. But then you have a station called Casey's. And I think Casey's outpaces Quick Trip in the hot case section.
Okay.
Their pizza is better. I'm not a huge fan of some of them aren't as clean, so they don't have the same standards, but the food is better.
Okay.
And then you get to, obviously you have your Wawa, which is good, but not as good as Sheetz. Sheetz is my superior, in my personal opinion, because I'm from the Midwest. I've been used to Buc-ee's. I've been to Buc-ee's 1,000 times. I get the hype. I love the hype. I'm ready to move on from the hype. Sheetz is where it's at for me, because when I go down to Virginia,
their food
it's
is
half
so good.
The point. Exactly. And don't get me wrong. Again, Buc-ee's is awesome. Their brisket, dude, lay it out. You know what I mean? I'm ready for a charcuterie board of just brisket and cheese. Yeah. Let's do it. But at the same time, how many aisles of trail mix do you really need? And that's what throws me off. Wow, look at that. This place is so huge. Yeah, but that aisle over there is 10 aisles of the same thing. Like, oh, okay, like, do I really just need to, like, is it a difference thing, or are you just putting 17 of the same brand on different? That's neither here nor there. Sheets is where it's at for me. As a tried and true Wisconsinite, Sheets is where it's at. Love Quick Trip for the standards. The food is good, but it's mid. I love Casey's for the food, but their standards are mid. Sheets.
All right. Didn't answer the question at all, but I'll take that answer.
I mean, the breadsticks are fine. Like, they're good. I have those pretty good. Their rib sandwich is good. I've been eating their wings, which, I mean, you can't really go wrong with boneless wings. And if you can, you're a disaster and a
Dude,
disgrace.
our Quick Trips wings are fucking disgusting.
Oh, well, then they're a disaster and a disgrace.
They are. All of them are bad.
Dude, I mean, Quick Trip rolled out their fried chicken, and that when it first came out, that shit was bomb. That was good fried chicken. But then, like, as soon as you take it home, you're like, ugh, if I don't have a place to like deep fry it again, it's not good.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Last question, food for thought. So we're gonna go. I want you to think about your band in this question.
Okay.
So if the Cardinal Summer was a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
Idaho Spud.
Your Spud? Spud potato?
Specifically from Idaho, though.
Specifically, okay.
Specifically.
What? How come?
Because those are the only potatoes that go through the rigorous process of being chosen for McDonald's fries.
So you think you are worthy of McDonald's fries? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think worthy is the correct word. I am as mid as McDonald's French fries. But here's the thing, though. On a good day, so let's say we have a good show, I would equate a good show to being fresh out of the fryer fries. And you can't get better fries than fresh out of the fryer McDonald's fries.
Yeah.
However, 99% of the time, you ain't getting fresh out of the fryer McDonald's fries. However, unlike any other fast food chain, McDonald's fries stay pretty like decent for a bit. Like, you can take it home and you're still gonna enjoy your fries. Whereas, like, if you go to
at almost every point from out of the fryer to just above cold, they're still the best fast food.
Like, imagine in terms of like percentages, right? So out of the fryer is 100%. Just to cold is like, let's say it's an F grade, so like 60%, right? In terms of out of the fryer to just cold, McDonald's has the slowest decay rate of like heat or whatever you want to call it, of like crispiness. It takes a lot longer for McDonald's fry to go bad. Like, I can drive 15 minutes to my nearest McDonald's and drive back and still have good fries. Yeah. I cannot do that with Culver's.
Or the worst culprit, Burger King. Yeah.
Which is funny because you and I really like the rodeo burger from Burger King, but their fries are just.
I think Burger King's burgers are superior
to McDonald's.
Yeah,
superior.
Just the burger,
but only in the burgers. Everything else is terrible.
Yeah, everything else sucks.
I tried a Big Mac the other day. By the other day, I mean a few months ago, just to be like, good. I'm gonna relive my life, and I'm like,
it's still great.
It's fine.
It's a true delight.
It's fine. It needs ketchup. The Big Mac sauce, either they didn't put enough on it or whatever. Oh, dude, but here's a trick.
They make them so sloppy now.
Oh, dude, you can't eat them. It's so difficult. But I found out a trick. If you take a McDouble and add mac sauce to it,
well, yeah,
it is better than a Big Mac.
Hey, grow up, kid. Grow up.
Yeah,
dude, was doing that for your fucking 20-some years now.
Didn't realize you could customize things at McDonald's.
Look, so when they made the dollar McDouble. Do you remember when they did that? It was a very long time ago now. We used to do, it was called a fake Mac. So what you would do is you would go through the drive-through or whatever, wherever you just be like, hey, I'd like a McDouble, add mac sauce and lettuce. Yeah. It was literally a Big Mac minus
without
the middle
extra
bun.
Piece of bread.
Yeah.
Which is pointless because you don't taste it.
Yeah. And it was so like we used to do that all the time. You get 3 of them. So you had like 3 fucking Big Macs.
Yeah.
And because they didn't charge you for mac sauce and lettuce.
Hot take: if you cut the Big Mac into triangles, it'd be a club sandwich.
And we're moving on.
You just don't like that I'm right.
It'd be the best fucking tasted club sandwich I ever had.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like that middle piece of bread, that's what makes it a club.
It makes it a club sandwich, yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's it. We're
I
done.
missed you.
We're done with food for thought. It's now time for rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You know how this works. You're just going to speak from the heart, shoot from the hip. First thing that pops to your head, go for it. Monster Energy or Rockstar?
Neither. They're terrible.
That's the right
Both,
answer.
like literally both of them are disgusting.
Okay. Pop punk or emo?
Emo.
Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
John Mayer. Oh, hands down.
Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Skinny.
Disney
Makes me feel
Plus?
good about my girlish figure.
Disney Plus or Netflix?
Oh. Okay, honestly, that one's tough because Disney Plus is with the shows have gone downhill. So I'm gonna say Netflix.
Mm.
And I'm a huge no, strike that. Disney Plus has Phineas and Ferb. Disney Plus.
Stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Stuffed.
Vans
Deep
or
dish is
Chucks?
overrated. Vans.
This is the last one, Gibby. Not Gibby. Wow. I guess I miss Gibby?
Gibby! I miss him too. I miss Gibby too.
This is the last one, Bear. All American Rejects or The Offspring?
All American.
I figured. I didn't. That
Sorry.
really wasn't a question for me.
You just the world needed confirmation to know that I do not like The Offspring.
New album's great. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And they've been kicking out bangers and they got a good fan base and their music is honestly it's been instrumental. They're good. Dude, the lead vocalist, I can never remember his name. He started his own record label.
Dexter Holland.
Dexter. He's super influential, I should say, in the music industry and has been for emo bands and for pop punk that's been coming up. Super influential. Hate his music, hate his voice.
You'll think this is funny. Listen to the new songs or find a new song, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you the song that I'm thinking of in particular.
Sure.
And close your eyes.
Okay.
While you're listening to it.
Yeah.
And think of Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh no. I can't wait.
It's wild.
I've been a huge Weird Al fan since I was
dude, he's great. He's great.
Yeah. Never missed a beat. That dude is a absolute he throws out banger after banger after banger.
He's going on tour again.
I know. It's I might actually go catch him, which would be sick.
I definitely want to try. All right, Bear, that's it. You did it. You finished the podcast. Now's the chance. Yeah. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
And this camera.
Yep.
Well, my name is Jordan Bear Pulley.
This camera.
My name is Jordan Bear Pulley, and I don't think I've ever eaten a fish. No, wait, that's Dory from Finding Nemo. I am in a new band. We are called the Cardinal Summer. We launch November 15th with our first single, Room to Breathe. We are really excited to launch this. This is a partnership band with me and my friend Cecil Johnson, who's our drummer. He's fantastic. I love him. I wish he was able to be here today. We are just releasing new music. We're trying to be as authentic as possible. We want to show everybody not only that they are loved, that they are worth it, that they are valued, but we want to show people what it looks like to be authentic and to live healthy lives while pursuing something that you love. And I know that that can be a really hard thing to do, especially when you're young and you're trying to, make it big as a band. We just want to be here to be like, hey, this is another route you can take. We want to be a light in some dark areas, but we also want to make sure that we're being true to ourselves and we are being true to our community that we really want to establish. And so we ask that you go listen to our music. You can find us everywhere at the Cardinal Summer. We're so excited to like interact with you guys. We're so excited to finally be able to launch this project. Believe it or not, this has been 2 years in the making, and November 15th it finally comes to fruition. So we are stoked.
Hell yeah, I am stoked as well.
Yay! I did it! I did the thing.
I did the thing. Thanks,
I can
Mom.
be serious.
We're not here to be serious. All right, Bear, thanks so much for hanging out with me.
Dude, it's been a pleasure. I miss you.
I miss you too. I love you. The rest of you, thanks for hanging out with us and listening to the show. This has been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'll see you on Monday.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you to those who already are. Please rate and review the show to help the show be found by new people. And if you're in the position to help us grow, head on over to our website where you can find merch, our Patreon, and other ways that you can help at www.unsignedpoppunk.com. Let us know in the comments who else you'd like to see on the show and what other content you would like to see. Thank you so much for spending your time with us.